that we can gather in person this year. What an amazing turnout. It feels fantastic to have all of us together again. I would like to introduce some inspiring people. First, we have Father Francis Mendoza from St. Finbar, who will be delivering our invocation. Presenting the colors is the U.S. Marine Corps Color Guards. And to sing our national anthem, performer, recording artist, and friend of the Burbank Chamber of Commerce, Lisa Donahue. Ladies and gentlemen, Father Francis.
We begin our gathering, brothers and sisters, just grounding ourselves in God's presence, in His love. Most gracious God, we come to you today seeking your blessing upon our great city of Burbank and all those who are assembled here. Grant us, we pray, unity in our homes, our businesses, our community, our state, our nation, and our world. Empower us to play our part in creating that unity in our individual lives, in our public and professional service, and as we further the aims of this chamber to promote healthy businesses, to improve our education systems, to encourage the development of new leaders, and to advocate to our elected officials to seek the prosperity and harmony of this place we call home. Where our efforts are in accordance to your will, bless them that they may flourish. And where we seek our own benefit over the good of our neighbors, bend our hearts towards what is right. Send now your Spirit to be present around these tables and to be known and heard by everyone gathered today and all those who lead in this community. Accept our thanks for the blessings we have received, for the food we are about to enjoy, and send us forth from here as ambassadors for your light and love. This we pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. I'd like to invite now everyone to please stand for the presentation of the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
Lisa Donahue, thank you. You have the voice of an angel. And now I would like to recognize some special guests and ask that you stand to be recognized. Please hold your applause until the end. From the City of Burbank, Mayor Bob Frutos, Vice Mayor Jess Talamontes, Councilmember Sharon Springer, Councilmember Constantine Anthony, Councilmember Nick Schultz, City Clerk Zizette Mullins, City Treasurer Crystal Palmer, City Manager Justin Hess. And we are honored to have Supervisor Catherine Barger, Burbank Unified School District Superintendent Matt Hill, representatives from the offices of Congressman Adam Schiff, Senator Anthony Portantino, and Assemblymember Laura Friedman. We also have the Glendale Mayor, Paula Devine, Pasadena Vice Mayor, Andy Wilson, and finally, the Burbank Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors Chairman Steve Mora, and all of the Chamber board members. Please stand to be recognized. All of you are VIPs, and we welcome each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us today. To the casual observer, the Burbank business community may seem much the same as it's been in the past. However, taking a closer look, we are able to see significant additions as we are thrilled to welcome Amazon and Netflix. We also welcome C-Suite Digital and Nothing Bundt Cakes as freshly minted members of the Burbank Chamber of Commerce. Though not as large or familiar as nationwide corporations, they are a growing and important part of the Chamber's focus on small businesses that make up the fabric of our fine town. Of course, one of the small business sectors most affected by COVID-19 is the restaurant industry. Ask our members, Paquito Mas, Tequila's Cantina, Talleyrand, or Berrigan's, how difficult the last 18 months have been for them. That's why the Chamber, in partnership with the city, created the Chow Down Burbank campaign to help drive local patronage into our favorite Burbank eateries and provide some lift to these establishments during these challenging times. Additionally, our Chamber board now features representation of the restaurant industry so that we can continue to spot values unique to this group. When thinking of Bell Cottage, Romancing the Bean, or the Morrison, I think of our beloved Magnolia Park. This wonderful collection of eclectic shops and businesses is unique to our little burb and act as a visitor's magnet for the entire city. Our renowned focus on small business has Magnolia Park squarely in our sights. Again, the Board of Directors has added champions of Magnolia Park to ensure we keep their special needs in mind. As the media capital of the world, we're proud of our entertainment citizens like Warner Brothers, Nickelodeon, and Disney. And for every one of these large industry pillars, we have hundreds of smaller entertainment businesses like Petrol Advertising, Apartment D, and Perry Riposte Films. The Chamber is establishing a task force as we speak to collect ideas and thoughts on how we can better serve the hundreds of media and support businesses that are vital to the health of the Burbank community. If you're interested in participating in this, please reach out to the Chamber.
Good afternoon. For those of you who attended this wonderful event in the past, welcome back. It's been a challenging 18 months to say the least. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, it's a pleasure to have you with us today. We would like to thank all our generous sponsors who have supported this event these many years, as well as welcome our new community partners, including Avelo Airlines and Amazon. The Chamber appreciates your choosing our community for your new home. You've chosen wisely. You've chosen wisely because Business is better in Burbank. Some cities overburden their businesses with extra taxes, hidden fees, and surcharges while providing worse services. I don't want to name names because they're friends of ours, but the initials of them is LA. It's no wonder that Burbank truly is the media capital of the world, with Disney, Warner Brothers, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Netflix, and so many other providers of the best in entertainment. They are here because they know business is better in Burbank. And they also know what everyone who lives and works here knows. Burbank is a city where people come together to work together, to build and protect and secure a strong community. Currently, we are under attack, not from the Delta variant, but by groups that are proposing bad ideas like Tax Amazon. This is an idea created by outsiders, largely for the benefit of outsiders. These outsiders seek to destroy the very fabric on which our city was built. They are not the ones who enjoy, as our vice mayor put it to me the other day, our platinum services. Police, fire, schools, community services, city services, and public works. They don't understand what makes our city special. They don't have friends in the community. They don't support the nonprofits who support our children, our seniors, and our residents. They have no idea who FSA, Burbank Housing, Community Foundation of the Verdugos, Ascensia, Family Promise, and BTAC are. They didn't help build the new WISE Social Impact Center or make a sizable donation to the Boys and Girls Club's new home. They don't know the people who live and work here, the people who give selflessly to help others. They don't see our wonderful neighborhoods, parks, community centers, small shops, markets, and barbershops. They haven't prayed in our places of worship. They haven't given of their time to help the residents in need. They didn't see the devastation caused when Lockheed left town. They were not here to pick up the pieces and rebuild. We were. Disney, Warner Brothers, and many others stayed. They invested in our community. They remained hopeful. They helped us build us into the media capital of the world. These outsiders see our pillars of our community as targets. They don't see, as we do, that they are the foundation of our community was built on. They are our community partners who give generously of their time and resources every day to the betterment of Burbank. What is the role of the Burbank Chamber of Commerce in such efforts? It's to protect the vitality of the economy we all benefit from. An economy that creates more and better high-paying jobs than most of the cities in Los Angeles County. We are reasonable people. When the city was staring a fiscal emergency in the face, our board unanimously voted to support a sales tax increase. So we are not anti-tax, we are pro-solutions. When the Burbank Unified School District proposed a parcel tax, we listened to their case, and then we invested months in discussions with them to improve the proposed parcel tax. We even offered to mount an all-out marketing campaign to support it. A campaign that absolutely would have helped get it passed, but sadly they rejected our proposal. So here we are again as reasonable people, as people who live and work in this community, as people committed to the environment and to the health and well-being of the community, as people committed to working with everyone in the community to benefit the community, to say that we will always do our utmost to support our businesses that keep us strong, to work with our city council and city leadership, our school district, and certainly with our nonprofits. We will continue to increase our small business and nonprofit representation on our board to give voice to our great neighborhoods like Magnolia Park and the downtown area for the betterment of all. Now, as the song says, always look on the bright side of life. And who's brighter than our nonprofits? They start each day with a daunting task, and then they get up and do it again. I think some of those in our community forget how special Burbank is. Maybe it's because we were isolated for so long, people forgot about the lifeblood of our city. From the largest businesses to the smallest, our city is a complex, diverse ecosystem which relies on the strength of all its pieces to maintain its balance. One of our members, Submarine King, faced great challenges during this past year and a half because its business relied on a vibrant lunch crowd from the studios. Others, like our auto repair shops, restaurants, and neighborhood shops, suffered because the balance of our system was thrown off. My family has been operating concessions at the airport for decades, and I can tell you that the impact of 9/11 and the economic downturn of 2008 can't compare to the 98% decline in revenue we experienced because of the pandemic. And let us not forget our greatest assets, those frontline workers who work tirelessly on 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week during these past many months with surge after surge. the wonderful doctors, nurses, orderlies, technicians, janitors, and others at St. Joseph's Medical Center. I've spent a great deal of time at St. Joe's over the years. They saved my father's life and my wife's as well. I even slept there for 2 weeks following my wife's life-saving surgery. They provided comfort during some very difficult times. There are so many wonderful people in our community, I think we just forget sometimes. We go about our day and encounter many people in our community, yet sometimes we simply forget to show appreciation. Appreciation for the services we take for granted. We expect to hit a light switch and the power to be on. We expect to turn on the faucet and water will flow. We expect the traffic lights to work. How often do we think about those people who make sure these things we take for granted will work? Our city officials and workers have a difficult job. It's not easy keeping the wheels on this bus, but they show up every day with a smile on their face, a wrench in one hand, and a tire repair kit in the other. I would like everybody in the room to please take a moment and give thanks to the mayor, vice mayor, city council members, city staff, police, firefighters, public works, Burbank Water and Power, BUSD, frontline workers, and the rest who help us all every day. They deserve our thanks. We are blessed to have so many community partners in Burbank, and working together, we have managed to pull through. We are proud of our partnership with the city, which is closer and better than ever, and we appreciate the funding of our Chow Down Burbank campaign, which helped us spread the word about hundreds of restaurants here in Burbank. Thanks to that program and to the city's support, those restaurants are a bit stronger today than they were before we started, and people have discovered more of our hidden treasures. I know I have. I must now take a moment to thank our CEO, Jamie Keyser. She's our shining star. We are very fortunate to have her. I attribute the Chamber's strengthened relationship with the city and the community to her charming smile and wonderful laugh. She is a true leader. I would also like to thank Karen Volpe for her recommendation and recruitment of Jamie. Karen deserves our gratitude. She's worked tirelessly for the Chamber these many years and represents the spirit of Burbank and the Chamber. Allow me for a moment to spotlight one of the Chamber's greatest assets to Burbank young professionals. The BYP is a program of the Burbank Chamber that connects, develops, and empowers young professionals all throughout the community. The BYP has served the community for the last 3 years by bringing together young professionals through networking mixers, workshops, and volunteer efforts that provide assistance to our local nonprofits all throughout the city. We are excited to be celebrating the BYP's 3rd anniversary on November 18th. For more information, visit the Chamber's website. We invite you all to be a part of this special celebration of young leaders. I've been coming to work in Burbank now for more than 4 decades. I still love what I do, and I love where I do it, Burbank. It's the greatest place to do business in the country with the greatest people. We are a community who genuinely cares about each other, go out of our way to help one another, and always make time for each other. Thank you for making the time to be with us here today. Now, I'd like to introduce Burbank's mayor, Mayor Bob Frutos. Bob, where are you?
Oh, hey, Steve, what's up?
Oh, hey, look, Bob's in the back.
Hey, well, you know, it's been such a busy day. Oh, my God. Did we pack the room today or what?
We packed it, 500 of us.
500 of us.
500,
Wow, I
just
feel
to
so
see you,
honored.
Bob.
Well, you know what? Before I make it up to the stage, I do have some chow down because we got a lot of orders. Why don't you tell the audience what Chow Down Burbank is all about while I continue delivering food?
Look at Bob, he's amazing. Chow Down Burbank was a partnership, was actually an idea that Bob started and gave to us, and we ran with it. It was a 3-month program. Actually, we extended it a little bit with prizes from Anheuser-Busch to Dodger Stadium and other great events. But it helped spotlight our small businesses in Burbank and all our restaurants that rarely get seen. And I really want to thank you, Bob, the mayor, city council, vice mayor, for supporting that campaign. It was truly a joint effort. Thank you, Bob. Bob's getting dressed. Now you look good. Thank you, Bob. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for honoring us with your presence today. So, tinsel. Okay, tinsel. It's shiny. And back in the 50s and 60s, we used it on our Christmas trees to make them sparkle. Remember those days? Okay. So, around 1915, Tinseltown described Hollywood when it was shaping into a glitzy, sometimes unreal city we've come to know and love. But tinsel is very fragile. It is not made of solid material. It is easily breakable. So, something outside of me has to hold it together. This is Burbank. We are the town that makes this tinsel strong. The town that moves television shows and animation, allowing actors and actresses to shine. And boy, we have made some good ones. Casablanca, Back to the Future, Argo, La La Land, Apollo 13, Friends, The Big Bang Theory, The Tonight Show. My favorite, when I was growing up as a youngster, The Mickey Mouse Club, Mary Poppins, and SpongeBob. Come on, give SpongeBob a rum hand. Yes, Johnny Bravo. Woo. I could go on all day to tell you what Burbank has basically provided to the world. But should I stop here?
Yes.
Oh, there's always a hater in the crowd. Well, I'm not going to stop because I'm so proud of our city. We are the town behind the tinsel. We create magic through hard work and imagination. And we share it with the world. So, for the next few minutes, please sit back, don't take off your shoes, relax, and I'll show you what I mean.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know.
This is beautiful Burbank. From the shops of Magnolia Park to the trails in the hills to our diverse neighborhoods, Burbank's got something for everyone. People love us for our small town feel, but they know us for our impact on the entertainment industry.
From the back room of Benny's Beanery and Firework Factory in beautiful downtown Burbank.
After all, we are the media capital of the world. Just look at who calls Burbank home. Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Hasbro, Netflix, and Warner Brothers.
Well, welcome back.
There's a nice way to say that, Karen.
Oh, and did I mention I am lucky enough to be the mayor of this amazing town again? Right now, I am sitting in one of my favorite Burbank restaurants, a smokehouse, where Oscar-nominated film La La Land was shot. Burbank turns Hollywood dreams into reality. You could say we're the town behind the tinsel. And I bet you didn't know that one of the most famous people on the planet is actually from right here. No, I mean really famous.
Ready! I'm ready. I'm ready.
Folks, this is really exciting. We're in the animation offices where they get together and they work on SpongeBob. With me right now is Carson Smith. Carson, is SpongeBob from Burbank?
You know, Bob, I couldn't say. You're gonna have to ask him yourself.
What? Hello? SpongeBob?
No, this is Patrick.
SpongeBob?
No, this is Patrick.
Can I talk to SpongeBob?
No, this is Patrick.
My bad. Wrong phone.
I'll get it, Gary. Hello, SpongeBob's house. SpongeBob speaking.
Hey, SpongeBob. This is Bob Frutos, one of your biggest fans, the mayor of the city of Burbank. You got a second?
What you up to?
Hey, I'm here at Nickelodeon.
That's really fascinating.
Carson told me you're gonna let me know, and the people of Burbank wanna know, are you from Burbank?
Sheesh, what a chatterbox. Can't he see that I'm busy?
I lost the signal. I'll never know.
Well, Bob, there's one secret we can share with you. Come with me.
Okay, Carson, what's the big secret? Hit me with it. Okay, that was really different.
Yeah, now we're talking. Yeah. Ow!
You know, not everything in Burbank is made by media giants. There are also hundreds of small production companies that create exciting content. For example, Apartment D is a local studio that specializes in stop motion animation. What is stop motion? I'll show you. How cool is this? Apartment D even managed to take a few inches off my waistline. I'm looking good.
Apartment D is a stop motion studio here in Burbank. We specialize in high action stop motion animation. We work a lot with kids brands in particular.
Character and narrative are really important to us. High action, high personality.
Hey, Courtney. That's me. What you doing?
Stop motion is different from any other form of animation in that it actually physically exists in the real world. So we work with our hands, we work with a lot of really talented, gifted artists to craft things physically. You build your characters and sets in real life, and you move them a little bit, and then you take a picture. And you move them, and you take a picture.
It's like sculpting one frame at a time.
And with her laser blaster, she'll find the tool she's after. She's brave and bold and we know.
Yeah, I think it's cool that we've gotten to work on such a wide array of things.
Nickelodeon has been a really important partner for us, and recently we've been working with them on one of their new shows, Middlemost Post. Warner Brothers has been another big one, their Stage 13. We've worked on a series called Family Style with them, which is kind of like an food and travel series about the role of food in Asian culture.
Yeah, we've even gotten to work on feature films. We worked on the credit sequence for a film called Shazam a couple years ago, which was an amazing sequence because we produced feature quality work in a garage. So Apartment D's always existed in Burbank. We started in an apartment that was right by Alameda and Victory. We moved into a house that was Buena Vista and Glen Oaks, and now we're at Victory and Burbank Boulevard. You know, there was something very real about trying to start an animation company in your apartment that you can see Cartoon Network from. You know, we would walk to the local diner and pass Nickelodeon, and there's that feeling of like walking in the footsteps of giants. Like it felt like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen here.
And talent-wise, everybody comes to Burbank to animate. So all the animators we need, all of our extended networks, and everybody there is part of that industry, and we all came here to be part of that industry. So it's just the perfect place for any animation-minded artist.
Apartment D might have taken inches off my waistline, but the barbecue from Handy Market is putting it right back on. Handy Market is not only a favorite neighborhood market with some of the best barbecue around, it is also one of the ultimate caterers to our film crews, and our residents often line up to get their carnivore fix.
Hi, my name's Alan Arzoyan, and I'm the owner of Handy Market.
And I'm Mark Arzoyan. I'm obviously Alan's son, and together we run the Handy Market.
I feel blessed that we're in Burbank. I mean, Burbank is a fabulous city to be in.
And being in Mag Park, it's a great location in the city where there's tons of small businesses. And people that support local small businesses is important to the city, and we need more shops like that.
Our catering business is probably 90% studio related. Being in the media capital of the world, we have every studio right here, and Hollywood over the hill. So it was just a natural thing to grow that side of the business. Currently, right now, we're probably doing, I would say, 15 TV shows and 2 features.
Location scouts started popping in, and they asked if we'd be interested in using the store for filming. And yeah, I mean, obviously we were, and we've done countless shows. Things that pop into my mind have been Mixed Dish, She's Just Not That Into You. To name a few, Ellen's been here as well. And we've done countless student films to try to help them through schooling process. They needed a location to shoot at, and we've been there for them many times. So it's not only just big productions, but we also try to help as much as we can with small productions.
Ah, groovy Magnolia Park. If entertainment is Burbank's backbone, then the eclectic small businesses like the ones here in Magnolia Park are the heart. They supply television and film production crews with everything from food to clothes and plants.
Tansy is a home decor plant shop. We sell items from all around the world, as well as a variety of indoor plants as well as outdoor plants. We've also started renting out items for the studios as well. I actually like being on the other side. I like having the ability to help the set designers. You know, these shops that are on Magnolia, it creates an atmosphere within the community. People come here and they shop on Magnolia specifically. They want to go to those really odd, quirky shops that they're not going to find anywhere. I think it just helps everybody.
As you've seen, Hollywood gets a ton of stuff from Burbank, which is great for us because it keeps our economy booming. But there's another thing that Burbank supplies Hollywood with. I'm talking about talent. We grow entertainers right here. People like Tim Burton, Blake Lively, Dove Cameron, and Ron Howard, all from Burbank. Sure, the studios do amazing work, but it all starts in our school system with teachers like Guy Myers.
I am so lucky to get to do something that I love. Coming into this room every day, I get to laugh. I get to hear a student open up in a special way. I get to see kindness. I get to see kids supporting one another.
Like, you help each other out in an improv. That's the whole point. If someone's struggling with it, you help them, right?
I think people want to be involved in inspiring the next generation. So when they see something good happening like we have here at John Burroughs High School, they want to be part of it. We've created great partnerships with Nickelodeon and Disney and Warner Brothers and Universal. And they oftentimes will send wonderful people here to lead workshops or loan us stuff that we need for our shows. We get to go on and see behind the scenes at the studios. So they're able to see real world applications of theaters and all the different kinds of jobs that are available to them here in Burbank. I have a lot of students who are in the tech industry here in Burbank and Hollywood. I have students who've been on Broadway and off Broadway. We have students right now in Netflix shows and doing web series and commercials. They're all over the place.
No business like show business, like no business I know. You get word before the show has started that your favorite uncle died at dawn. On top of that, your pa and ma have parted. You're broken hearted, but you go on. There's no people.
It's been a heck of a journey. But the city council meeting is starting soon, and duty calls. From media giants to amazing teachers, Burbank, the media capital of the world, has it all, and then some. On behalf of the entire city council, thank you for helping make Burbank
such a special place.
On with the
Now, wasn't that terrific? This is your town, folks, our town. As you can tell, Burbank shines not only in the silver screen, but we sparkle as a city. Last January, the City Council had its annual goal-setting session, and we set 5 priorities for this upcoming year. Priority number 1, economic recovery and development. I think we can all agree that this pandemic has lasted way too long and has taken a toll on all of us. During the past year, the City Council, we worked hard on our award-winning economic recovery plan. My Vice Mayor, Jess Talamantes, and former Mayor and current Council Member Sharon Springer attended 9 meetings with business owners and community members, listening to their concerns and suggestions for recovery. Some of our efforts from those meetings have included providing $1.2 million in forgivable loans for renters and small business assistants. Come on, give them a hand. Yes. Launching the Job Loss Bill Credit Utility programs for our unemployed and low-income renters that has provided more than $700,000 in assistance to the community. Come on, that's right. Give it up. Prohibiting commercial evictions due to COVID until the end of September. Temporarily removing the administrative use permit for new downtown restaurants and allowing, for the first time, off-site alcohol sales and indoor live entertainment in Burbank. That's right, that's right. Sponsoring what we saw when I was coming in with the partnership of the Chamber and Mr. Steve Moore, thank you for your leadership. Chow Down Burbank campaign, for what? To promote our local businesses, working with the Downtown Property-Based Improvement District to provide outdoor dining within the right-of-way. And you know what? The public loves it. It is great. Thinking outside the box. We also worked hard and we limited third-party delivery to help out our small businesses. We implemented a streamlined plan check and permit process, adding online credit card processing and online permitting for garage sale permits. We've also held pop-up and virtual job fairs for those looking to return back to work. And we secured $1.3 million in funding from the CARES Act, including $26 million over the next 2 years that will allow the City Council to continue to work hard to balance the budget without deep cuts to our most important, the residents of services. While we are doing this, come on, give it up. Thank you. Give some love, give some love, give some love. While we are doing this, our Burbank Fire Department, Class 1 Fire Department, they have worked with our partners, and I wanted to acknowledge Mr. Matt Hill, as he's in the house with us, and School Board President, Mr. Steve Frittner. Thanks for joining us here today. But give it up to them. Give it up to them. Well, our fire department teamed up in partnership with the Burbank Unified School District to provide more than 2,500 vaccinations to the city and, most important, to the school district and their employees. That's teamwork, that's partnership. And despite the ongoing pandemic, our city clerk's office, under the leadership of elected city clerk Zette Mullins, her office has processed more than 14,000 passport applications since January of this year. Way to go, Madam City Clerk, way to go. Now, for our airport commissioners that are here, I see Commissioner Bud Overham and I see Commissioner Emily Gabeletti representing the city of Burbank. I need to acknowledge you for your hard work and what you do for the people of Burbank. Thank you. Now, that's right. But let's hopefully, And I got my fingers crossed, and I'm giving a shout out to our airport commissioners that these people that got their new passports will be able to fly through the Hollywood Burbank Airport. As currently, as of right now, about 65% of the normal traffic of passengers we've had so far in this recovery. The uptick has been boosted by services that have been offered by our airport's 9 airline partners to more than 30 cities right here leaving Burbank. Some of the routes included this year: Austin, Texas, Reno, Nevada, Albuquerque, New Mexico. One of our airlines, Flair Airlines, will now be offering flights to Vancouver and Edmonton, Canada. Development in Burbank has continued at a fast pace, and we really have a lot of projects either going through the entitlement process, plan check process, or are currently under construction. Let's watch.
Burbank is a dynamic community with exciting projects happening throughout the city. Here's a quick tour of Burbank's 2021 developments. Avion, a 61-acre site near the Hollywood Burbank Airport, is near completion. Their tenants include Amazon, Home Depot, Tesla Solar, and they have announced the addition of Jersey Mike's, Randy's Donuts, and Doghouse. And construction will soon start on a 150-room Cambria hotel. The new Warner Brothers Studio Hollywood Tour Center opened this year. If you haven't been, you need to go. It's terrific. There are more active sets and fun exhibits. You can play with Wonder Woman's whip and take your picture in front of the Friends Fountain or on the set of Big Bang Theory. The Providence St. Joseph Medical Center emergency room and urgent care will include a 44-bed ER and a new 8,500 square foot urgent care. Additional site improvements will include a new pedestrian sidewalk, mid-block crossing, and landscaping. In the downtown, the 6-story Marriott brand AC Hotel is proposed on 3rd Street across from the Colony Theater. It will add 196 hotel rooms along with a restaurant, an outdoor courtyard, and rooftop viewing deck. Aloft and Residence Inn has a 7-story proposed hotel that will consist of 420 rooms directly across the parking lot from the existing Hollywood Burbank Airport Marriott. Currently, the project is expected to be reviewed by the City Council in the summer of 2022. Have you been wondering what that dome building is next to the Airport Marriott? Well, it will be our newest studio for Madison Square Garden. If you've been to Las Vegas, you'll see a similar dome where you can watch the filming that was completed here in Burbank. Warner Brothers' Second Century project consists of 2 iconic Frank Gehry buildings totaling 800,000 square feet of office space in recognition of Warner Brothers' 100th anniversary. The first tower is under construction and will be completed next year. The second and final phase will be done in 2023 in time for their centennial anniversary. In January, the Burbank Channel Bikeway project added a 3/4-mile section of bike and walking path next to the Burbank Western Channel. The project, when completed, will create a bike path that begins at Chatsworth and ends in Long Beach. The Hollywood Burbank Airport Replacement Terminal continues to proceed after a short hiatus due to COVID. In August, the Airport Commission voted to look at alternative approaches to recover lost time due to the pandemic. During the last few years, the state passed 2 bills that have greatly limited our ability to negotiate community benefits with housing developers and mandate short review times for mandatory approvals. All cities, including Burbank, will have to abide by these requirements while striving to protect single-family neighborhoods. These include SB 9, SB 35, and SB 330. Developers are proposing a number of residential projects under these by-right development bills. City Council has set a goal to build 12,000 units by 2035 along the transit corridors, and Burbank has a number of residential projects too. Phase 1 of First Street Village is under construction and will be done by spring of next year, followed by construction of phases 2 and 3. It will ultimately include 275 units. La Terra, located at 777 Front Street, will start building soon. This development will include 573 residential units and a 307-room hotel. It will include open space, bike lanes, a pedestrian crossing at the downtown Metrolink station, and 2 elevators to the Magnolia Bridge. 3700 Riverside Drive is currently the location of a car wash, but a proposed 7-story mixed-use density bonus project would offer ground floor retail and 49 residential units. At 624 through 628 South San Fernando, the City Council approved a 4-story mixed-use project that will bring new office and retail space along with 42 residential units, 5 units reserved for low-income and 2 units for very low-income families. Groundbreaking will occur first quarter of 2022. As you can see, Burbank is a vibrant town full of energy and moving towards an exciting future.
So the positive energy in this room, we have I'm sorry, Jamie, I have to say this, but we're so blessed with the partnership of the chamber and the city. The positive energy of this room has over 500 people. And that did not happen just by overnight. This happened because people like you and the electeds before my time, the previous council and the current council are so committed to think outside the box and keep that energy flowing for the investment of our future, which is our beautiful city and our schools for our children. Now, let's talk about housing and homeless. The City Council's second priority that you've seen in the projects is for homelessness. And in the area, the city has a robust program and was recognized by the International City Management Association this year for Burbank's commitment to helping the homeless and at the same time protecting our neighborhoods. Last month, we opened our homeless storage center that will offer services and a place for people to store their items. And the City Council approved a new position for a homeless coordinator and added a social worker housed at our library to work with those on the edge of homelessness. These new services will supplement our existing mental health evaluation team, providing crisis support and ongoing case management. I and the City Council would personally like to thank Providence St. Joseph's Hospital for providing the City of Burbank a $100,000 grant to enable us to provide even more services to the people that we should be helping out. Thank you, St. Providence. Since April of 2019, we have helped 122 people find shelter, housing, and returned them home to their loved ones. The city has created a homeless video that provides background to our homeless plan and the update, which will be completed this year. I encourage everyone in this room to please watch it on the city's YouTube channel and send us an email if you would like to be part of the plan's update. This is a total community effort to help them out. Our third priority, encompass sustainability. Staff and community stakeholders have been involved in updating our greenhouse gas reduction action plan that will come to us on the City Council beginning the next year. As transportation accounts for about 43% of greenhouse gases here in Burbank. Our utility, Burbank Water and Power, has created an online electric vehicle buyer's guide to help make it easier to get personalized recommendations on electric vehicle purchases and rebates. They have also installed 26 electric vehicle charging stations in the city. 16 of these are at the Community Service Building in downtown Burbank, and more are slated for the future. Almost 1 billion gallons of recycled water was diverted to its customers this year for irrigation and industrial use, reducing our carbon footprint and benefiting the state's river ecosystem. In June, the City Council approved our investment policy, and our treasurer is here in the audience too. Yes, thank you. Give her a hand, she works hard. Which outlines consideration of our investment policies, environmental, social, and governance responsibilities while safely maintaining its liquidity and yield remain with the city's primary investment objectives. 1 year ago, the city launched the Planet for Greener Burbank initiative to plant 500 trees in Burbank. The goal was completed within 4 months of this year. And lastly, Public Works continues to use rubber from recycled tires for resurfacing our roads, diverting approximately 95,000 discarded tires from landfills. That's right. Give them a hand. Public Works works really hard. City services is our fourth priority in our goal. The city focuses on adapting to our ever-changing times, and they are changing. We can all agree to that. To enhance and create newer programs that will serve our residents, visitors, and employees within the city of Burbank. Our Parks and Recreations Department, along with our library, have done an excellent job pivoting their programs during the last 2 years with constant changes that we're adapting. The city's older adult programs received the respected League of California Cities Helen Putnam Award of Excellence for Project Hope, which is so unique because we pair up seniors with volunteers to help them run their essential errands. Our senior nutrition program that we use here in Burbank, we use our own bus to help deliver food to hungry seniors with meals, more than doubling its volunteer list to 130 participants. That's right, give some love for our seniors and what the city's doing to help out. We've also added for our seniors virtual recreation. So I can sit with my buddy Bob Bassoloni and kind of do the aerobics, right, Bob? Okay, little gesture, sorry, get back to the program. Well, we create recreation virtually for them, programming, and we have also created partnerships with our library for curbside book pickup and memory journals. Through COVID, the Park and Recreations Department has provided after-school care, summer day camps, and we focused on keeping families together by offering classes and sports programming. And lastly, and I know it's one of our airport authority's big thing, is pickleball. So for our commissioner, lastly, for those that love pickleball, we've opened 8 additional public courts. Our public library eliminated overdue fines, which expands across the equity. They are now overseeing the city's employment connection, offering enhanced resources for job seekers. In April, the city launched its new website that makes it easier to find information. It adds more online services and is being supplemented with our new on-call application that will allow residents to report problems and ask for information with the touch of a button. Okay, now let's talk about what's important to everybody is our public safety. Recruiting and training safety employees is tough, and we are stepping up as a council to meet the challenge and a city. This year, I better hear this room applauding really loud. Okay, this year alone, 20 brand new firefighters graduated from our fire academy. Okay? And let's not forget about the men and women in blue. 14 brand new police officers were recruited. These new recruits, and let me tell you, I come from a big law enforcement agency that it would take us more than 7 minutes to respond for a priority 1 type call where somebody needs help now. So we're very blessed for the men and women of the Burbank Police Department and all their efforts to maintain us safely. So these new police officer recruits will help keep our police response times for priority 1 calls at the current average time of just under 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And for those other calls, see the man, see the woman, barking dog, fire department can't respond because there's a cat up in the tree, Burbank PD responds. it's under 15 minutes. And that's unheard of because another agency might even forget about you till the next day. And you know what I'm talking about. Both of these exceed the current goals, again, of 4 minutes and 4 minutes for priority 1 calls and 18 minutes for all other calls. So once again, give it up to our public safety professionals. Thank you to Burbank Fire and Burbank Police. Our 5th and final priority, which encompasses everything all together, what's really important for the council is the quality of life for its residents and its business community. All things I have mentioned fall into this category, and I'm actually have more to share, so stay awake. We continue to move forward with our long-range planning projects. This year, we have updated our housing element within our general plan and have begun discussions as council on updating the general plan itself. We have been working very hard on both the downtown transit-oriented development specific plan and the Golden State specific plan, both of which will be completed early next year, and we've received grant funding to update the media specific plan. Public Works, they continue complete streets improvements. In May, those folks upgraded sections of Hollywood Way and Buena Vista Street and Verdugo Avenue. They've added sidewalks, ADA access to help meet the goals established in our Complete Streets plan. Their numbers from Public Works are so impressive. They have reconstructed more than 8,000 square feet of sidewalks, 18,000 square feet of driveway approaches. Additionally, they have paved 16 miles of residential street using 30,000 tons of rubberized asphalt. And that's right, give it up, that's right, that's a lot of work for our community. Now, this is something that the neighbors around Buena Vista and Van Owen have been really working hard and collaborate with the city council. So for those located around Buena Vista and the Van Owen Railroad crossing grade, trains will have to abide by the new quiet zone and no longer regularly sound their horns unless there's some special condition. So we can sleep at night at 3 in the morning, that guy ain't plowing that horn anymore. That's right. Our city continues to outreach, safely engage the community face-to-face, even with COVID. This year, we had another successful national night out, and our staff donates time and money within our community by sitting on boards, partnering with our nonprofits, and participated in holiday fundraising events. To help generate tourism through the use of the social media, the Hospitality Business Improvement District funded the downtown Batman statue. In partnership with DC Comics and Warner Brothers, we will soon unveil our next statue, Wonder Woman. All right, give it up for Warner Brothers. They need some little love. And we're gonna locate this in front of the Warner Brothers studio tour. So when you have family and guests come down, take the tour, take some pictures, shout out that, hey, we're here in Burbank and we're loving the statue. And at 80 years old, she is looking better than ever. Lastly, our city's internal departments, our city attorney, Ms. Amy Albano, and the office management services, information technology, all of these folks are committed to the goal and supporting of all these unique services that the people of Burbank have come to expect, platinum service. But before I close, I would like to recognize 2 celebrities in our audience. One is Veronica St. Clair. Please stand, Veronica. I have known her mom and dad for the very, Emma Sanchez and Ray Sanchez, thank you. I have known this young lady since junior high school. And what's really exciting, we talk about the town behind the tinsel. So way before my time, Ron Howard, correct? And there's other actors. So in our real life time, She is an outstanding young lady that grew up in our community, went to our public schools. She is a success. There's a hit show. It's got the most ratings, however that works. Don't quote me on it. But if you watch La Brea on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m., okay, she is one of the main actresses in that show, and she is representing Burbank of all our community and talent. So every time you see that show, this young lady, she's an awesome actress, came from our town. And thank you. And another celebrity within the audience who invested during the pandemic, opened up for 30 days and shut down for almost a year. We see her on Channel 5 every morning. She is a great lady. I'd like to introduce Miss Lynette Romero from KTLA Channel 5. Lynette, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the city of Burbank. Thank you. I'd also like to thank everyone who has taken the time and commitment to making Burbank a better place to live, to shop, to play. Thank you for your investment in our city so we can continue to move it forward. But let's not forget our nonprofits, our volunteers, all those who serve, not for glory or fame, but they do it for the right reasons. And that's what this community is really all about. I also want to thank the Chamber of Commerce, because I kind of was a little bit difficult mayor, I think, sometimes with some of my demands and expectations of the Chamber, but working with Jamie, the Executive Director, and the Board Chair, Steve Mora, I want to thank you both for putting up with my crazy ideas, but really rolling up our sleeves and doing what's right for the business community. Thank you both. And thank you for hosting this event. And our servers, they're working behind the scenes to make sure we get our chow down and get to have this great event. Now, you're probably wondering, how do we get the Marine Corps here and the Color Guard? Well, there's a unique program that I went through this past summer. I went through a educator's workshop down at the San Diego Marine Corps Recruit Depot, and for a week, I had the worst culture shock of what it is to go through a boot camp, from rappelling to being yelled at to marching around all day, and I'm always off on my left foot, right foot. But I wanted to personally thank the 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines from the United States Marine Corps. I'd also like to thank Father Francis from the St. Finbar Community Church for all that you do for our community day in, day out. But like anything in life, I would not be allowed to be here if it wasn't for the love and admiration of my wife. So I would like to honor mi querida, mi esposa, my beautiful wife, Laura. There's some flowers as a thank you, And I could not be here by myself. I've got 4 very dedicated council members that are committed to do what's right for the city and its people. I'd like to acknowledge my council members. Please join me on stage so I can personally thank each and every one of you for your hard work, for hanging in there each Tuesday night at our city council meetings. Come on up, council members. Let's give them a hand, because this is your body at work. Lastly, I would like to thank our Public Information Office staff for creating this outstanding video with the help of Patrick Garney and Nickelodeon Studios, Romik Hokobian, and Max Lopez, and most important, the folks at Apartment D. Please join me on stage. I have a certificate to present to you.
I believe I have something to present you with.
Okay.
And we'd like to present Bob with a Bob of his very own. This is the claymation Bob that starred in front of you.
I'm very humbled. If there wasn't a crowd of over 400 people here, I'd probably shed a tear, because this is truly an honor and most importantly a privilege to be standing in front of you as the mayor of the city of Burbank. But everybody here, they all play a critical role on moving our city forward. And Max and Patrick and Romick, I recruited them last February. We went down to have some hot wings, and I told them I needed their help, because this is a true partnership between the young professionals, the chamber, and the city's public information officer to deliver this Class A production. Give them a round of applause. Okay, I guess we can all take our seats now.
Bob will live forever. You're going to have Bob living forever.
Jamie, not to embarrass you, but my first meeting with Steve and the executive board was probably not the most rosiest, the very first meeting, because I wanted things done.
Yes, you did.
But you deserve accolades in front of the chamber and the city staff to say thank you. Thank you for providing this. Thank you for providing the leadership on a day-to-day basis for the chamber. And I expect many, many things from you, because you got the talent and the experience, and these small flowers are on behalf of the entire city of Burbank to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and I'll make it quick, I promise you. What an amazing and highly animated presentation, and the mayor got slimed. I mean, come on. Mayor Frutos, you always go the extra mile and deliver at the highest level, and for that and so much more, I am forever grateful. A special thank you to all of our guests, including the amazing chamber team, ambassadors, and volunteers, Simone McFarland and the city team, David Knight, Hema Sanchez, Renee Johnson, and Romick Hakobian, who was one of the original founders of the Burbank Young Professionals. And to the Marriott Hotel, thank you for hosting a great event. Please grab a swag bag on your way out, compliments of the Burbank Water and Power. The drought is here and it's real. The good news is that we have the power to contribute to community efforts, to reduce water usage and preserve the precious natural resource. In closing, I will leave you with this. Each one of us can make a difference. Together, we make change. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next year.